Hi, this is Marcy Jellison. Welcome to Voice Tip for the Week. Today is going to be a rather silly video. I'm going to talk about warming up the facial muscles and the tongue to support your performance. The funny thing about the face, and the wonderful thing about the face actually, is that if you really warm it up carefully, you're already halfway there to warming up your actual singing voice. Most of us in life try to not reveal too much on the face. That's kind of the cool way to be. So we end up going through life with a face that's a bit of a parking lot. Not much happening, maybe a little smile here and there. But for a singing performer, no matter how cool you are as a performer, you've got to have some movement in the face. It helps to bring forward the text that you're singing, and it helps to shape the phrases that you're singing in your music. It helps you connect to the audience. It gives the audience a guide when the audience is listening. So to prepare for all of that, let's start by breaking up the concrete parking lot. Let's make faces. To start with, you can imagine that you're a raisin, for example, squinching up, dried out in the sun, really tiny, tiny face. So make your face as tiny as it possibly can get and sustain it for a minute, or not quite a minute, but a few seconds, and then release it. Then try for the opposite, opening really wide, looking way up, kind of silly, but you start to feel some sensation in the facial muscles. Notice that. Give it a try. Give yourself a little massage. Check out the forehead, the areas around the eyes, and especially the lip. If your lip tends to be very tight when you're singing and you don't move the face, your sound will appear as if it's happening behind a velvet curtain. I mean, imagine your face and all these funny textures in here, this marvelous thing that we have covering our bones. It's fleshy and thick and soft. There's fascia and muscles in there. And if it's just kind of laying there, it deadens your sound. So a wonderful thing to do is make sure that you have a lift of the upper teeth. Let this upper lip move. So experiment. And this is part of what I mentioned in the video about play, serious play. Your goal is to perform, so you can be silly about getting things moving. Then when you relax to do something that you want to do in a convincing way, your mouth will move more naturally and be more alive. So let's exaggerate so that your actual natural movements will have a place to go. There'll be a little rehearsal space for your muscles in the face. So moving the upper lip and the lower lip. And you can make sounds, ee-wah, 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 ah-wee, ah-wee, and see how that feels. The next thing you can do is a big sigh. Ah! Again, we've talked about sighs in earlier videos. Ah! And squiggle a bit more. Another thing we want to work on is the tension in the tongue. That's my particular area, especially if I'm teaching a lot and then I want to start to sing. I have to really let my tongue go. So one of the things that I like to do is stick my tongue way out and recite the alphabet. Very silly. It goes like this. Our normal tendency is for the tongue to tighten and pull back. So by reciting the alphabet or reciting the text for your piece of music with the tongue way out, teaches the tongue to move forward. Another thing I like to do is pronounce my vowel sounds with the tip of my tongue behind my bottom teeth and the back moving forward. So I would do something like this. Barely moving my tongue. I'll try to move my tongue even less on the ah vowel. Notice I had to lift my upper lip to get that ah out, which is fantastic because I'm creating space and shape for tones to move in a forward direction. So now, let's take a look at the tongue itself with another exercise of just blowing air, which is kind of interesting, or with the lips. Try tones, blowing the air. And another one. Or moving the face and the tongue. Was that silly enough? I think so. Give that a try. That's your tip for this week. So visit me at marcyjellisonvoice.com and I'll write a little bit more about this and leave a comment. Tell me if this works for you. See you next time.